in which China collapses. And the first thing to happen in this video is China declares war on Taiwan. And the reason it fails is because of South Korea, Japan, India, Vietnam, the United States of America, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Australia and New Zealand, because when Australia does something, New Zealand does the exact same thing. Britain, Australia, and not the ocean, New Zealand. Basically how it goes is China invades Taiwan, and then American forces get ready. Right when, Taiwan collapses, American forces land, kick China out. Only one nation besides decides to get involved, and that's North Korea. Who, when China sees stuff going bad, is like, oh no. They push the hair. The Chinese collapse is beginning. Seeing the war as a distraction, Xinjiang decides to declare independence. Which, for those of you who are not aware, Xinjiang is an area that's under Chinese oppression. Which they take these lands. Well, they take these lands. Which look like this. This is when China pulls out of the war. Which leads to the collapse of North Korea, which is annexed by the South. Taiwan's independence is mandated. And Taiwan is now officially recognized at the UN. China has to pay war reparations, heavy ones. So high it makes the reparations that the Weimar Republic had to pay look like nothing. Canada and the US exit the war. It's a success. Well, the communists in China are losing a lot of support now. Because they lost a war to Taiwan, which at this time that Tibet declares independence. Which leads to this. China declares war on Xinjiang. Which goes laughably bad when, Mongolia gets involved. And how is Mongolia pushing into China? Not like they're in shambles. Which leads to them being kicked out of Xinjiang. Which unfortunately leaves Tibet into joining this war. And India gets involved to set up a secure zone. Then South Korea gets involved. And they push in. An expeditionary force from Russia of 50,000 men is sent to the Chinese border. PRC is shocked when they hear about this. Well, China's being slapped around now, which in no way is good for the country. With their territory just falling, as if nothing was ever there. Well, it's not the worst part. Well, Yunnan declares independence, which is about here. And joins the war. And then the Republic of China revolts here. Which is supported by Taiwan. Vietnam gets involved and invades China from the south. China in shambles. Mongolia, along with Russian forces, start a big push into northern Manchukuo, which Korea takes advantage of to push up. And they almost get to Beijing. But that's when Russian forces cut them off. Russia takes Beijing. But since China's collapsing, it does legitimately nothing. And due to that fact, it's like legitimately doing nothing. And they push up. And they push up. Korean forces push up here. Russian forces push down. And they meet up about here. Well, they push up. Yunnan pushes up. East Turkestan continues pushing into the desert part of China, along with Tibet. Which pushes in. The Republic of China manages to push the PRC back. The collapse of China isn't that good. To try and slow the collapse, China agrees to peace with a few of its neighbors. That's fighting them. Including pretty much everyone. These lands are annexed by East Turkestan. Mongolia manages to take these lands. South Korea gets these lands. Russia annexes these lands, along with setting up a puppet here. And China is falling apart. East Turkestan, also known as Xinjiang, just like the name East Turkestan because it sounds good. And they take these lands. Tibet takes those lands. They agree to peace with Yunnan, which Yunnan accepts. But China refuses to surrender still. They agree to peace with Korea. Because, well, they can't fight them anymore. And Yunnan decides to take these lands, which looks pretty nice. Well, now this is the rebels. And this is all that's left of the PRC. India keeps pushing up. And then it gets so bad that people and members of the Communist Party of China decide to revolt. Who are more pro-Western. They're still a socialist communist nation, but instead of, they believe in share the wealth evenly and everything that communist countries believe in, but the only difference is, the only thing that separates them from any other communist is they actually use democracy. They vote for one of their socialist parties. All their political parties are left, though. Not really freedom of speech, but you know. And this is where the Republic of China takes China's coast. China is pretty much reduced to nothing now. And the invaders pushing in. Peace is finally agreed upon. Vietnam shall annex these territories, because I said so. India shall annex these territories. This is how the China collapses. Even new communists. Well, they agree upon a peace treaty, which more so goes like this. The new communists get an unpopulated area. In the Republic, it's the populated areas. And this is what peace looks like. Let's see what China collapsed into. Losing land to Russia, Mongolia, releasing Xinjiang, releasing Tibet, Yunnan. Vietnam gets like a hat, it looks like. The Republic gets independence, a pro-Putinist area up there. The what communism was intended for is there. Then Tibet lays there. And thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoyed because this video is a lot of fun to create. And please like and subscribe. We're trying to get 100 subscribers. So please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Wild Mapper out.